I'm actually going in to record another one.
And if it's that Cookies track, I might be giving you a call, Liam. I'm not gonna say, I might not play that one. 10 incredible years, some absolutely phenomenal songs. Now, is there just one song that just holds an extra special place in your heart, like for you? Because obviously the fans listening right now, they have so many favourite 1B tunes, but what is the one for you that you're like, either this reminds me of a great time or I'm really proud of this one?
There's a song called Once in a Lifetime. It's really not one of our biggest, and we've never performed it live or anything like that, but it just really holds a special place for me. And it's more in the lyrics, you know, it was like once in a lifetime, like everything's just right, that moment when everything's just quite right. And being in the band at points, it felt really safe, and it felt a lot like that at a certain point. So for me, that's always been one that I like. If I'm really drunk and I'm playing One Direction songs in the Uber on the way home, that's what I'll listen to.
Liam, we spoke about
He's telling the Uber driver war stories about, I wrote this one, this was me.
I used to be in a band, me. Do you remember like the first impressions you had of like each of the boys when you first got put together? Do you remember that day where you just like, oh, here we go?
Well, I mean, at first, I don't know why, but it was so confusing to me that Niall was from Ireland, because I just was thinking, how's this going to work? He's from like a whole other country. Like he's not even nearby. Like how is this going to happen? And then I remember we had a conversation straight off the bat that was like, we decided that we would measure each other's height because that's what it would be in photographs of who would be in the middle. Which, I mean, it's just like, you know, it's really, we were so young though, you know what I mean? You don't think you know everything at the time, but you know, and when we very first got together and went down to Harry's house to rehearse, we hadn't really got the heart to tell each other who should sing what bit or making like cutthroat decisions because everyone's trying to find their place.
Yeah.
So we all just used to sing in unison, which was the most horrible thing I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy to be involved in this group of really rowdy boys. For me, I'd never really had that many like loud guys. Like all my mates are quite quiet.
Right.
And then like look at Louis and Zayn together in a room, and I mean, you know, it just used to go off all the time. I remember being in hotel rooms and plates are being thrown out the window and mattresses being down the stairs, and you know, it was really a crazy time and a lot to get used to. And for my head, at least, I was a bit too grown up in that sense. I needed to kind of grow down and just have a little bit of fun because that's what it was all about. And in the end, that's what everybody, you know, tied in with the band. It was more about this freedom and having fun and like, oh, what would you do if you were in this position sort of thing.
One thing that we've been looking back at, Liam, we did a best of Capital Summertime Ball. And of course, you guys dominated that show. Are there any sort of special memories for you of doing the Summertime Ball?
Coming up to 10 years now, I realise how bad my memory is because everything just blends into one big blur of stuff that we did. I mean, I've literally been caught out before. Honestly, sometimes it's so difficult because everything kind of looks the same from a certain angle at a certain point. So, you know, we had so many different amazing shows, and Capital is always one of the best shows to play. I mean, you know, playing that home crowd, playing the O2 Arena, it was amazing because I don't think you'd quite done the stadiums then, had you?
No, but you did play Wembley.
If you play Wembley, see, this is what I'm talking about.
You've been to Wembley.
By the way, Liam, you have performed at Wembley Stadium in front of 90,000 people, yeah. Coming back to One Direction and looking at it after 10 years, did you expect 10 years ago? Is this where you wanted to be?
I was thinking about this the other day because I can remember in interviews, people would always be like, oh, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? And it definitely was not here, like 100%. It's the most random thing. And I mean, you know, from my side, I can only say thank you, really, to all of our amazing fans for putting us into this, and you know, for all of the love it adoring One Direction, for all the love that's been since you know we've all gone solo and done our own thing. I mean, it's just amazing, and to think that we've even, I think there was some sort of record that we broke for each of us having a song in the top 40 in America or something.
Yeah.
So it might have been big. I can't really remember, but you can't take those moments for granted because they just don't happen. You know, seeing the worldwide trend starting from yesterday and whatever else, and seeing that the love for us is still there. Like I say, I mean, most people struggle to hold a job for 10 years. It's crazy. So for me, I just feel so thankful to be here.
When are we going to start hearing some new Liam Payne tracks? I want to be able to get some on the radio.
I've been in and out the studio the last few weeks, and there's a couple of songs that I quite like. So I'm actually going in to record another one this week. So hopefully not too long.
And if it's that Cookies track, I might be giving you a call, Liam. I'm not gonna say, I might not play that one. Liam, we have scoured the internet, right? We have scoured everywhere, right? To try and find someone quite frankly, brave enough to take on a very special edition of Roman's Mega Hard Super Quiz. Oh, it's a One Direction special. Oh, it's never happened before. Katie, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Katie. I've got here, you've seen them live 5 times. Posters all over the room. That type of thing. Well, listen, Liam Payne has actually just left the chat and he said that you can tell us who's your favourite. So who is your favourite in One Direction?
My favourite is Louis.
Oh,
but
okay.
I love them all. I do love them all. But yeah, Louis was my one.
Actually, Liam wasn't. Oh,
he's
you're
here.
still there.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Katie.
Sorry, Katie. Liam, how do you think Katie's going to do?
I think Katie is going to smash it. I actually think she'd do better than I would because my memory is like a sieve.
Katie, you ready for round 1?
Yes, I am.
Okay, here we go.
Come on, Katie.
Katie, today marks 10 years of One Direction, but what I would like to know, in what year did they form?
2010.
Round 2.
I would say quick maths, but it was
No, it's easy.
pretty average maths. Yeah. One Direction's first single was What Makes You Beautiful. But what I want to know, Katie, can you finish these lyrics? You're insecure.
Don't know what for.
Round 3.
Nice and easy, Katie. Katie, how you feeling? You got Liam Payne on the
Feeling
line.
good. I'm feeling good.
Liam, would you have known that one?
Just about.
Just-
Luckily, it was my part in the song. Otherwise, I would not have had a clue.
In 2015, the boys took their on-the-road tour around the world. But what I want to know, in which Australian city did the tour start?
Oh, God. Perth?
Perth?
I don't know.
Perth?
I don't know.
Failed. Goodbye.
Oh, my God. I don't know that.
I'm afraid it's the end of the road. Liam, do you know what it was?
Was it Melbourne?
No! Come on! It's Sydney!
No, a long time ago.
It's the main one! It was Sydney! Let's hear it for Liam Payne on Capital Breakfast, everyone.